In this video, we are going to discuss in detail about variables. But in previous video, we have discussed in brief about what is variables and the naming conventions used for variables. Here we are going to see in detail. So here I'm going to create a file named variable.py. Here I'm going to add the code. So let's discuss now. So variables, as discussed, variables are used to store values. Unlike Java or other programming languages, in Python, we don't need to explicitly declare a variable. It can be actually declared whenever we are allocating a value to the variable. And how do we allocate a value? Using an equal operator. Whenever we assign a, so for example, a is equal to 10, so the value is assigned. We don't need to mention whether it is an integer or a string or anything. Just this Python compiler will automatically recognize the type of the value. And so since it automatically understand this type of the value, it is a object arranged programming language. So every data is a particular class, is belonging to particular class. So if you see here, print tree. So okay. So we can Python compiler automatically detects the type of tree. So how can we check that? Type of tree. So I have to print that. So compiler detects that tree is a string. So I have assigned 10 to A. Let me comment these lines. If I'm assigning B equal to 10, then will the memory allocates two different 10 in two different location? No. Both A and B points to the same 10 in the same memory location. That is, A and B points to the same 10 which is stored in a single memory location. In case if I'm changing the value to 100, then a separate memory location will be created for 100 and B will be pointing to 100. So this is how the variable will allocate memory. For every memory location, there will be a separate identifier. So we can check that using print of id of A. So this will have a separate identifier and id of B. This will have a separate identifier. So when we run this, so you can see that for A, the identifier is ending with 672 and for B, the identifier is ending with 552. So this is how we can understand that it is belonging to different memory locations. So if I am changing it to 10, then there will be same identifier, that is 672 and 672. So which means both A and B points to the same memory location. As already discussed, variables is case sensitive. So if I am changing A, caps NAME BBB, name under, okay, it has to start, it can actually start with this one. So everything is different, that's why name 7 is actually allowed. Okay, so when we print everything, print name underscore name 7. So when I print all this, I'm commenting out this one. When I print all these different varieties of name, so everything is different. Okay, and then there is also something called Pascal case, camel case, and snake case. What is Pascal case? Pascal case is it has to start, every word of a variable name has to start with a capital letter. Name number of digits equal to 10. And what else? It is Pascal case. Camel case means only the first letter has to be small letter and all the first letter of other words has to be capital letter. So that is camel case. And snake case is number of digits. So every word is separated by 10. So these all three variables are actually different. So all these three variables are different. So when we print everything, it will print whatever values assigned to those variables. And there is also a facility or a feature where we can assign multiple variables with the same value like this. So when we print x, y, and z, it will print 10, 10, 10. And also we can a, b, and c. We can also separately assign values for every item, and when we print a, b, and c, I'm commenting this to avoid confusion, 3, 4, 5. So we can assign in this way as well. And next thing is local variable and global variable. What is local variable? So I'm going to call a function add. Before that, I had to define a function add. So within that function, a equal to 10, b equal to 10, 20, and c equal to a plus b. Then print sum is c. So the method is called, when I'm executing this, sum is 30. That is, the recently assigned value is taken into consideration for the summation. So the sum is 30. If I add print c out of this loop, what will it give? 5. So let me change it to yum. I have to print yum here. So yum. So what will it give? There is a compilation issue, that is yum is not defined. So as already discussed, this is a block of code where m is not available outside the block of code. So m is a local variable which is accessible only within this block, and it is not accessible outside the block. So we are getting the error, name m is not defined. So if we have already defined, in that case, so when I give c here, the assigned value c equal to 30 is not printed. Instead, c equal to 5, that is, this value is taken into consideration and the particular 5 is printed here. Global variable. Let me comment everything here to avoid confusion. Okay. So, in case of global variable, let me define x equal to 10 and a function named define add. Within that block of code, global x, so printing x, and then I'm assigning welcome, then printing x. Let me call that function. and again printing x. So what is happening here? X is already defined, that is global x. Maybe I will run the code and then I will explain this. So here you can see this 10. So where it is coming from? It is a global value x equal to 10. So it is the global value is accessed within this block of code, and this x is assigned to welcome, that is string, and welcome is printed. And then as it is a global value, it can be accessed outside the block of code. So print x is taking x equal to welcome value and printing the x. So this is how global variable works. And also there is a feature called delete variable. How can we delete the variable? Okay. So here so currently x is having welcome. When we delete x and then printing x, what we can see? X is not defined. In line number 10, so here we can click and see x is not defined. So name x is not defined, so we are getting the error. X is deleted in line number 9. We are not getting the value here, so it is giving the error, that is name x is not defined. Maximum possible value of an integer in Python. So what is the maximum possible integer that we can store to a variable? Let's see. In other languages, we have a concept like float, double, short, int, long to store different set of values in different set of containers. So in Python, we cannot store values in different types since we are not even declaring the variable, like we are not even defining the type of the variable. So how can we overcome this? Any value, any variable can be assigned with the any type of value, and the longest integer is there is no limit. So let me comment this. So it is printing the value, and even if I add one more thing, it will print the value. If I am adding another 0, no issues even after that. So integer doesn't have a limit. We can add any number of integers to any limit. Python won't restrict us. That's it. Thank you.